I want to look at the NASDAQ in a way that I don't think I've shared it this way before, though some of our members have seen it, is I'm going to really look at the momentum conditions using our very unique app that we developed, the Slimulator Momentum Tracker. The reason I wanted to go to our app is because there's been big down move in the NASDAQ, as we have shown. And with that big decline, I say big decline, S&P 500, we thought it would move down 6 to 7% in this time frame. It's moved down 5.7%. The NASDAQ has moved down over 11% during this period as those stocks have fallen pretty hard. So I want to look at those stocks in the NASDAQ 100, and I want to get an overview on them, which are doing poorly, which have got a good chance that they're going to continue to do poorly, even though you may get some rebounds, and which stocks are resisting those declines and giving you some good sense that they're strong. So I'm going to go to AskSlim.com, and I'm going to go to the workbench and the momentum tracker, and we're going to look at the NASDAQ 100. And we have our built-in algorithms in there, so we're just going to explore using that. So here is the AskSlim website. Those of you that before I leave this, I want you to notice the level 2 special up here. I'm going to show you what that is in a little bit, but if you go to that green square, you could sign up for our special if you're a first-time member for level 2, and I'll tell you about what that looks like in a few minutes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into our workbench that you see right over here. This is like the hub of AskSlim.com, just so that I can take a look in there. So I'm going to go to the workbench. And now I'm in the workbench, and you can see all the things that we have in here. So what I want to do is go to Momentum Tracker, and I'm going to click on that, and it's going to bring up the Slimulator Momentum Tracker. This is our own app that we've built, which is absolutely amazing if you've never seen this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select a watch list. We have 22 different watch lists built in here, and what I'm going to choose is the NASDAQ 100, as you can see right there, and that's going to bring up the NASDAQ 100. So I just want to give you a little quick sense of what I'm looking at in here. What I want to do is I really want to get a sense of what's the strongest and what's the weakest stocks. So it has all 100 stocks in here by alphabetical order, but I'm going to sort and scan on them because I really want to get a good sense for the conditions of these stocks. So you can see here long-term, intermediate, and short-term. These are momentum conditions. That's what we're really focusing on because we think momentum is so important. We're looking, when we look at our directional bias, it's an outlook for the next 3 months. And you can see the directional bias is set up right over here. And every once in a while, it's going to flash the way that it is. And I want you to note here that we're looking at a pie chart, which essentially tells us that for the directional bias ratio, that 27% are positive and 16% are negative, and a huge 57% are neutral. So we're going to look at this and do a little sorting and scanning because I really want to get a sense for these conditions. So I'm scanning on directional bias, and you can see it goes up from very bearish to very bullish in here. So we've been getting some big declines in the market, right? But when I look at the NASDAQ 100, I want to see the stocks that are actually still in very strong condition. So this is really great. I mean, if we just look at, let's say, the top, this is top 6 we're looking at right now. This shows you American Airlines, ADP, Comcast, Expedia, Fiserv, and Fox. All are very bullish. The next 4 below that would be Fox A, which is, of course, the same thing, JB Hunt, a transportation stock, Kraft, Marathon. Marathon's been turning up. And you can see all 3 of these momentum conditions are very bullish. If I change my directional bias right over here from directional bias to the long-term momentum ratio, you'll see this change, and you'll see the NASDAQ still has long-term that is just in great shape. So that would give you an expectation that these stocks, even though they're correcting, are still in good shape really long-term. When I go to short-term right over here, momentum ratio, look what's going on. You've got 68% negative. So what it says to you is you're getting short-term corrections under very bullish conditions when I look at that. Let's now do a little more scanning right in here, and let's change this to the most bearish, the ones that are very, very, very bearish. And here, the top 6 you can see: Biogen, another biotech. So there's 3 biotechs right over there. Gilead, the third one, very bearish. Insight Corporation, NetEase, Regeneron. You can see those bios are just in terrible shape right there. VeriSign, Vertex, Excel Energy, and Amgen. Those are another one of the biotechs really in bearish condition. And you can see these negative conditions that are right in there. So that's really cool. So I wanted to show you the top, how the conditions are overall, that while the NASDAQ is correcting, the long-term conditions are still very strong. And while the stocks that are actually doing the best, and you can see in here that the stocks that are doing the worst and are in really bad shape are really these biotechs. There are a lot of them, and even if you get a rally, they're likely to keep going down. I'm going to go to scan mode for a second. What I want to look at in the scan mode are short-term stocks that are bullish. In other words, this is going to tell me in the near term which stocks have done really well while the market has been going down. And I'm going to scan that. And you can see in here, it's pulling up these 6 stocks, which is really cool. And it's telling you under these conditions of the market going down, these 6 stocks on the short term have done really, really well. If I want to look at the short term on bearish stocks right over here, we'll just update that, and it shows you the stocks that have been at the near term bearish and have done poorly. So you're able to scan that way. I'm just going to stop that scan, and you can see that very clearly. So I hope that was helpful to you. As you can see, the conditions in the market, and I think the most helpful thing is looking at the overall condition on the long term right over here, which is still 75% bullish, versus the short term right over here, which is 68% bearish, only 15% bullish. And that really gives you a story on the NASDAQ, I think, that's really important. That is that the overall, what's going on overall, the conditions of the NASDAQ are that it's in an intermediate correction or short-term correction in what overall is still a positive period that we see here. That is really saying that there's another rally coming, which I said would be out in the area of April, May, and I think that's really what we're seeing in here when we look at the NASDAQ. You can actually have this momentum condition. The way to look at the momentum conditions with the Slimulator momentum tracker, all you have to do is become a level 1 member. So I wanted you to see that level 1 membership is $4.95 a month, and you get a lot of things in there also, and then you will have this great thing, or it's $30 a quarter, so $10 a month. So sign up for that. Unbelievable. If you're not a member now, $30 for a quarter, and you get this great tool that we developed. So I wanted you to see that. You could really get a sense for that what this looks like is probably a temporary decline in the NASDAQ, and then we'll see what it has as far as strength potential on the upside once this correction is over with. This is our level 2 trial membership. We are starting this right now for new subscribers. This will not last long, and this is the last time we will have this pricing right now. What this includes is the stock index report live stream that you can see. What that is live right on your computer. You don't need a special platform, of the S&P 500, NASDAQ, and Russell. I'll show you that in a moment. Our stock index report, which we put out every day, the snapshot, the SIR, you'll get that every single day. You'll get our weekly stock index report, our weekly ETF review, Slimulator momentum tracker, which is for position traders and investors, over 1,000 different stocks that you could look at, ETFs, with our algorithms built into it. With momentum conditions, you're going to see fantastic stuff in there. Just amazing. You'll get our complete library, 600 plus videos in 9 categories that I've done, teaching all kinds of aspects and showing all kinds of analysis in the stock market, and our new trader workbench for trade planning. Absolutely amazing. What's more amazing, you'll get all of that for $22.50 the first month. There are even bigger discounts if you take quarterly discounts. How can you possibly pass this, especially if you're an active trader? Just go to AskSlim.com, top of the main page. You'll see the special link there, and you'll be able to sign up for the 1 month or for the quarterly. Or if you have questions about that or have an issue with that link, then write to Matt at AskSlim.com. Let me show you just some examples of what is in here. Just absolutely mind-boggling. This is the SIR live stream. Now, this was from the 24th. This was from Wednesday, the 24th. And this is for our intraday charts, really for short-term trading. These are 15-minute charts of the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Russell. What it has on here is what we call our reversal scout. This helps you with your directional decisions. And when it turns up, which it did the day before, you generally get upside moves. You're going to get our resistance levels right in here, and you're going to get our, these are called acceleration zones, the yellow ones. The probability when they enter the acceleration zone that they will continue is extremely high. You can get the numbers from that if you want. And once it gets in there, you can see it just explodes through. This is how you catch the big trades. And sometimes when it dips right into the support, as you could see right there and right there. Just absolutely great. And you can also see which are the strongest and weakest of these indexes, which was really clear as the NASDAQ was the weakest and the Russell was the strongest. And you could see that. It's incredible. That is what you saw on the up day on Wednesday. How about the down day on Thursday? Let's take a look right over here. And yes, what happened was you got this early downturn here in the reversal scout, and it went down all day long through all of those zones right over there. Just absolutely incredible. Through the acceleration zones where you catch the biggest trades, and then got into this area, but it was late in the day and couldn't even turn around, as you can see that. So just fantastic information here. How about what's going on today? Let's put it up live right now for you to see. Here you go. This is now live on my screen. And we started out the day choppy, moving down, but then when the reversal scout turned up, you can see what happened, and it came up right to resistance, and you're getting some resistance right over there. You get the NASDAQ moving up through those acceleration zones. Beautiful. Hits the resistance. Now pulling down. But you could see what's going on. What's the weakest index right now? Clearly the Russell. So if you wanted to be doing a pair trade, well, you would probably be buying NASDAQ today and shorting Russell. If you wanted to just buy and you didn't know which one, well, you could see which is the strongest one in here today, which is the NASDAQ. Just absolutely fantastic. In resistance right now, failing from resistance, getting through the acceleration zones, hitting resistance and backing off. If you're a short-term trader, I mean, this is just unbelievably fantastic information when you look at that. So that is a look at the live SIR live stream, and you can have this right on your charts. Just absolutely fantastic, amazing. Here is the library. 3 new videos every week, 9 categories, over 600 videos. I'm not going to read it to you. You can read it, but just incredible things. You can see trader psychology. Got lots of great things in there about how you can deal with personal issues that may be getting in your way of success. So just unbelievable stuff, including Future Speak, which we do every Wednesday, our certainly most popular member video. That's what's included. This is the only until March 14th. So this is essentially about 2.5 weeks. The final opportunity at this price for all of these great things that you're going to get. You saw that, $22.50 for a 1-month trial, quarterly discounts, bigger discounts. Go to AskSlim.com, top of that main page, and you can sign up right there, or questions right to Matt at AskSlim.